Hi everybody, I'm Miss Katie from the Clay County Public Library System, and this is
Leah.
This is Leah. This is my daughter. So today we are going to be talking about 3 different types of matter. Now, matter is something where everything on the earth can be divided into these 3 different categories. So the first type of matter is going to be a solid. So that's something that doesn't change shape easily. Then the next one is a liquid. That is a substance that flows freely and it can change shape, but it always keeps the same volume. And volume is the amount of space that something occupies. And the last kind of matter is a gas. That's a substance that doesn't have a consistent shape or a volume, so it's not like a liquid or a solid. It really is just in its own category. So today we're going to talk about liquids and solids, and we're going to do that in regards to something called kinetic sand. Now, kinetic sand is really fun because it kind of acts like a solid and it also acts like a liquid as well. So if we take it out, see, we can mold it almost like clay or something. You want to take some? Yeah. There you go. So we can mold it like clay. It holds its shape pretty well, but then we can also break it, just like it's like sand almost. There you go. We'll put that back in here.
Gooey.
But also, too, if we put it in a container like this, it'll act more like a
Liquid.
yeah. So let's get this in there.
Need some help?
All right, let's see. So see, if we put this in here, it forms the container like a liquid would.
Kind of like a black.
Kind of like. All right, so I thought it'd be fun if we could make some kinetic sand today by using some of the stuff that we can find either in our house or maybe close to our house too. So the first thing that we're going to do to make kinetic sand, the first thing we're going to use is sand. So you can get this either at the hardware store as play sand, or yeah, you can go to the beach and collect some sand for yourself. So the first thing we're also going to need cornstarch. That is going to help keep the water and the sand together to kind of make that liquid situation. We're going to need warm water for that as well.
Food coloring if you want to be fancy.
Yeah, we're going to get fancy today, so we're going to use some food coloring.
We need dish soap.
And we need 1 or 2 drops of dish soap, and that's just to make sure no bacteria grows in it if you want to keep it to play with it later on. So the first thing we're going to need is 2 cups of sand. So go ahead. 1. And 1 more, please. There you go. 2. All right, so we need 2 cups of sand, and then we're gonna need 1 cup of cornstarch. So do you wanna hold that for me? Over the thing? Yeah, there we go. Whoops. Cornstarch is messy, of course. All right, you wanna go ahead and put that in there? So we're gonna take those 2 dry things, and we're gonna mix them together. You wanna use the spoon to mix them together? There you go.
That definitely doesn't make a loud noise.
There we go. So we're going to mix those 2 things together. And so it just still makes kind of like a powdery situation. So we still don't have a half liquid, half solid.
We should have done that.
Well, I did it anyway, didn't I? So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add some water. So before we add the water, we're going to add our fancy food coloring.
Oh, can I add it?
Sure, a couple drops. Nope, in there.
Oh,
There you go. That's good. That's more than good. Okay. And then we're going to add a couple drops of dish soap. You want to add that in there too?
might be like a purple
That's
color. Because the dish
We're
soap
going to
is
stir this together just a little bit. And then for the water, we're going to start with a half a cup. So we're going to take that, if you want to dip it in there. Yep, all the way in there. And then put that in here. All right.
Add a little more.
Let's mix this first and see what's up. So this,
It's like pink lemonade.
this,
Bubblegum.
yeah, it kind of looks like pink lemonade or bubblegum. So in this step, what we're trying to go for is the consistency that you want. All right. So we can start with the ratio of where you're going to have 2 parts of sand to 1 part of cornstarch. And then after that, as far as the water goes, you can start with a half a part of water. So we had 2 cups of sand, 1 cup of cornstarch, and a half a cup of water to start. So after you, hold on just a second, after you mix that a little bit, I'm gonna go in with my hands and see if we've come up with something that's kind of like a liquid and a solid at the same time. So if you wanna put that down, you wanna play with this?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think we need any more water. Here, go ahead. What do you think?
It looks good.
Yeah, it came together pretty good. And this is one of those things. This came out really, really well for my first time. But if you come up with something that's too liquidy, you can always add more cornstarch because that's what sticks to the water to make it more of that sand consistency. And if you come up with something that's too much like sand, you can always add a little bit of water at a time. So it's one of those things that you go back and forth until you're happy with the consistency that you get. The best part is when it all comes together, no matter what consistency you get, it's very satisfying to play with. So I think we did it. So I think we have our solid. We can break it. Yep, but it also flows. So. All right, so I hope you guys will make some kinetic sand at home and show us in the comments. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon. You want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.